Alright, game 3 with TPS Viper. And we are going to be running the Corp here. I'm going to throw up a GRNDL here. Hopefully this goes better than the Nisei division I put up earlier. This doesn't let me rush anything. I mean, the early power shutdown's good, but he typically doesn't throw his breakers up until he needs them. At least that I've seen so far. I mean, you can't really tell a whole lot about a guy after hearing him talk once, and this is the opposite I had. That's okay. Yeah. Okay, now it's reversed. Yeah. Okay, well, it got me out of a... Alright. Sorry about the little hiccup here at the beginning. Looks like we had a little miscommunication, but that's okay. Andromeda. One of the most popular tournament decks that, believe it or not, I almost never see around here. We're a very heavy Gabe meta. Alright, I got tagging for days. I don't have what I need. Boy, I don't usually mulligan with this deck, and I've just done it 3 times, basically. And still not been happy with anything I saw. Okay. Alright, against Andromeda, I think I throw the false lead out and just try and score it early on. Well, let's take a look at what the mandatory draw is. Alright. Tell you what, I might throw the false lead and the snare. I don't have ice to use early on, so I think we go with the old... Yep, that's what we do. We'll do the old whale and shell game. But I do get my early turn restructure. I love passing the turn over, centrals open, and at least 15 credits. I don't have to worry about siphon too much. And he's going to leg work, and he's going to find... Well, he's going to get my Jackson Howard, but that's okay. This deck typically runs anonymous tip. Okay. Here we are. So an early leg work could have been bad. If I had left the false lead in hand, would have been bad. He's going to trash a Jackson and then see nothing good. Now, if it's an anti-sucker deck, having the power shutdown early is really good for me. Well, he got a fracking. And archives, I'm not sure why he's running archives, but okay. He doesn't have a data sucker out. Notoriety, of course. It's a lot of discards for an anti deck, which is again a sign of somebody who knows what they're doing. Okay, so I'm going to leave it open for him. If he's got notoriety, more power to him. Especially with 2 credits in hand. Of course, you go to the R&D first. He might be... Oh shoot, he might win here. They got a hostile. That's too bad. Okay. Let's activate the snare. And sack the false lead. Thing is I don't have a Scorch in hand. I didn't get it. Yeah, I tried to catch him before I had the Jackson Howard, or before I had the Scorch. Now I feel silly sacking that false lead, but even if it was click 3 or click 2, I find that Scorched Earth, I win. Still don't have any ice. Sack the false lead, so I can't res the archer. And money. I install the Grundle Refinery just to give another target. And should have drawn first, but that's okay. So super vulnerable. I'm in rough shape. Overextended to try and get that. Try and land that snare win. Should have known better. Oh well, at least I drew. Puts the cleaners slightly more out of reach. One of the benefits I see here is people don't run HQ as much as I think they probably should. Not saying that he should be running a little more often. Well, in this case, it looks like that's probably something he should be doing because I flooded with agendas, but he has no way of knowing that. I think we draw and... Well, if we draw, we don't get anything installable. Yep, we're in trouble. Let's throw the Jackson down. So basically, I've got an Enigma. Let's see here. Let's pull that snare back. Enigma and a Restructure. Forge that, which means it goes away. Yep, I knew better. That's why I hadn't installed it. And by popping the Jackson first, he's in better shape. Let's see here. Advancing that's clear gets me 8 credits. Could be good. And the thing is just leaving it alone like that means he has no reason to run it. There we go. Finally got something to put on front there. And with 21 credits, I really don't have siphon worries. And because he knows I'm running Scorched because of my little botched attempt earlier, he's not going to be siphoning and camping tags. He's going to be clearing them, which means he's only going to siphon once per turn. And with 21 credits, I'm fine with it. Underworld Contact. Okay, so it's Connections deck, or at least the beginnings of one. Okay, more usable ice. Thank you, please. I think we try and score the Atlas here. Usually I like to double advance that, but I want to take advantage of any window I've got. He was on 0 credits. He can't inside job this. Unless he guesses right, throws down the right breaker, which is not going to happen. He's just going to let me have this Atlas. Alright. Okay. Really wish I hadn't tried for that earlier. I mean, hindsight's 20/20. Basically, I got the equivalent of a single-use melange chilling here that he's just going to let me have. Of course, it's been sitting there for so long now. He's probably absolutely okay letting me have it. So he has 0 rig out. I think we try and install this other one here and advance it twice. If it scores, I'll feel bad because it could have been the cleaners. But well, we're going to do what we need to. We're going to see what he does to try and get in here. He knows he's got to get in there. Same old thing. Well, he's not going for it though, huh? Okay, so we're just going to gain $1 million here. Advance. Use it to gain money. And install the Chimera over it. So I've got a lot of money. I'm leaving HQ open with 3 points in there. Which is really the game. I mean, if he thinks to run it and hits the right card, I am in some deep doo-doo. But until he does, I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, this is... I wouldn't be surprised to see a quest completed or anything like that. The good news is his breaker suite, I'm willing to bet money that his Kogate breaker is either cheap or he has a corroder. Of course, betting that he has a corroder isn't exactly rocket science. But either way, the second he installs a breaker, I am probably going to be able to shut it down. So, that puts him in a tougher situation. Alright, now that guard's really expensive for basically just a basic in the run now. He's going to forge that. Yeah, we'll res the guard. I've got a lot of money. But now he knows to go get a Sentry breaker, but that's okay. I've got a Chimera chilling. Yep. He's going to use the ferry on a guard. If he does, I am absolutely okay with that. Finally, we see our first Scorch, but again, as is usually the case with this kind of deck, scoring agendas is usually a little more solid. I think we ditch the Chimera here and just leave HQ open. So 5-4, tight game. That notoriety kind of killed me earlier, but he can use the doppelganger. He can score 2 notorieties by ferrying my guard, which I think he's trying to do. So I need an agenda. 2 ferries. Okay, so I'm going to start the turn here and see what we get. Alright, the one problem with this deck is that all my best dice are sentries, and died to double ferry, and he is not making runs until he needs to, which of course is always the best way to go. He's already used 2 forged, but he's got the same old thing. The running careful thing is kind of driving me batty right now. Looks like I might be trashing some cards here. Oh, well, you have to do that for free. We'll see. Well, basically, on the pattern he's going now, I'm not going to use that very much. I think the only way I'm going to Scorch him is if I snare him again, so I think ditching the sea source is okay. So I'm just going to credit because I've got nothing better to do. Probably a little wasteful of my time and of my tools, but there you go. There's method to my madness. Really wish I'd have gotten 2 counters on that Atlas. Would have put him on a 2-turn clock. Could have gotten both my houses for the win. As it is... Okay, he's packing a lot of memory and trashable fairies. I'm sensing Overmind, which my deck really, really hates AI breakers. I run a lot of Archer and Grim and Power Shutdown. Basically all the things that make you trash breakers, and then whatever weak breakers left stands tall because there's nothing to break it. Afraid of throwing this archer up because I got to sack a really large agenda to power it. Yeah. Oh, here we go. We got the one hostile, which means if he doesn't win this next turn, and if he doesn't find the next hostile this turn, I win. HQ's wide open, but there's no points there. There's nothing but a snare. He can definitely guard. Again, he can notoriety his way to, if he's got them both in hand. Yeah, but he's not. I got the game. This is going to be me. Yep. And that's the game. And that's Supermodernism. Wow, that double fairy definitely scared me, but being able to sneak out that cleaner was definitely the game breaker. Well, thanks for watching.